Hi guys, my name is Anna and today I'll be telling you about how to find a place in Canada when you move here for the first time. I'll be sharing my personal experiences so that you guys can relate, and I will also tell you what are the checklists that you should definitely consider when you're looking for a place, and I hope that will be really helpful for you guys. So starting from, just like we have Zameen.com in Pakistan, here we have rentfaster.ca. There may be other websites, but I did not explore them, so I can just mention my experience about rentfaster.ca. So you can go onto that website and you can fill in the criteria such as the city that you want to move in, the place that you're looking for. It may be a house, it can be a condo, apartment. So here condo and apartment are more or less like the same things, so you can choose any of them. So once you have entered your criteria in the fields along with the preference of condo or a house or a basement, and then you'll also have to fill in the information such as if you want, how many bedrooms do you need one bed, one bath, two beds, two bath, do you want an in-suite laundry or not, do you want a parking lot, things like that. So there's a huge checklist that you can fill in the criteria, and you can then the search results will be filtered according to that. After that, what you need to do is you need to look for those places on Google Maps, because it's very important to see how long does it take for you to commute between downtown or nearby places, like your preferred places, such as you might have some relatives, and then you can see how far are they, do they live from the place that you just chose. What I used to do was that I preferred living near downtown, because when you move into a new country, it's very important for you to get familiar with the neighborhood, get familiar how to do groceries, how to do banking, how to access the public transport, because initially you don't have the car. So you must live in a place where everything is in a close proximity. So for example, if you are choosing Toronto, you can yes, the downtown area might be expensive. It usually is expensive. So it's totally up to you. It's totally up to your budget, how you want to go about it. What we did was that we preferred choosing downtown area so that we could actually get familiar with the neighborhood, with the overall culture, with the places, and we could learn more about the city and their facilities in a better way by living near the downtown. Once you have shortlisted all the places that are falling in your budget, then what you need to do is you can look into the Google map, and you can see around what sort of facilities do they have around those areas, how long does it take for the bus to arrive, which buses are coming, how long does it take for you to walk to the train, things like that. So location is extremely important, so make sure you pay close attention to that. Once you have shortlisted, what you need to do is you need to book appointment with the owners or with the renting company that has placed the ad for that place. So usually here there are no independent agents. So usually there are companies that so the owners assign their places to those companies, and then those companies show you the places, and then they rent you out, so you don't need to meet the actual owner. And there are also cases when the actual owners have placed the ad. So in any case, you just need to book an appointment with the relevant person and schedule a time. Make sure you arrive there on time, because the Goras are very particular about time. So don't be late, because they are taking multiple appointments. So if you miss your slot of 10 to 15 minutes or 30 minutes appointment, then you might have to rebook. So once you have booked the appointment, you have reached to the place, make sure you check all these things that I'm just going to mention, starting from look for a place, and make sure that you closely monitor everything into the house or in the condo, such as make sure they have a dishwasher available, make sure they have a microwave. Microwave is an optional thing, so few places have microwave installed, few places do not have them. So make sure it's there if you really need it, otherwise you'll have to buy your own microwave. The next step that you need to check is the laundry that is available. So sometimes there are buildings that do not offer in-suite laundry. They have a common area of laundry where all the people who live in the building come and get their laundry done over there. But we did not prefer that, so we looked for a place which had its own in-suite laundry. So usually laundry has 2 units, one for washing and one for drying. So make sure that whichever place you pick, it has the laundry option. Also, that most of these places come with a refrigerator that is already installed, so you need not to buy it or bring your own, because every house is equipped with a refrigerator, and every house is equipped with a heating system. So these houses are centrally heated, and you can just, there is this unit installed through which you can actually change the heating temperature, and that's about it. After that, what you need to check is you need to, if you're living in a house, then do take a round of the entire house. Make sure if there are any existing damages. Because once you move into a place, you need to take a picture of all the damages that are already there, so that when you leave the house, they don't charge those damages on you. So that's a very good tip that someone gave to us. So what we did was, when we moved into our place, we took a picture of all the places that had holes, that had patches, and all the damages, and we also shared them with the owner, and also kept a copy with us, so that in future, once we leave this place, nobody can put it on us and blame it for that and deduct the amount from our security deposit. So make sure you also keep a record of these things, because this helps in the long way. Another thing to check is if they have a parking lot. So once you buy a car, you would definitely need a parking. So try to prefer a place that comes with a heated parking, because if the parking is outside, you're going to face a lot of trouble with warming your car, and the snow is going to stuck on your car, and that's going to cause you a lot of problems. So we preferred a place which came with a heated parking spot. So usually parking spot charges are separate from the rent, so just ask the owner how much do they charge for it. So it's like a per month basis. So just like you pay the rent, you also pay for your dedicated parking spot within the building or within the house. So make sure you also check that. And another thing is that few houses or few condos come with a cooling system. Most of them are not equipped with it, but then there are some, so it's up to you if you want to go for it or not. Another important thing here is that when you rent a place, you also have to buy a tenant insurance. So what that means is that according to Canadian law, whenever you rent a place, you need to buy an insurance for it, so that if God forbid any accident happens, there's fire, there's any emergency situation, and if there are any severe big damages to the house, then the insurance company is going to pay for it. So it's mandatory to get a tenant insurance. Without getting a tenant insurance, you might not get a place. So make sure that once you finalize the place, you also enroll yourself into the tenant insurance and get it before moving into the place. Along with that, I would like to add that there are 2 options available. Like there are places that are fully furnished, and then there are places that are not furnished. So again, it's your choice, whichever option you want to go for. So talking about my personal experience, what we did was that initially we opted for a fully furnished place, and we looked for a place that had lesser lease terms. So generally the lease term here is 12 months, but it can vary. There are some places that are offering lease terms for up to 6 months, but we looked for a place specifically for a shorter term period. So we opted for a fully furnished place for 3 months, so that we had all the basic things for us to live, such as furniture, kitchenware, and things like that. So it really helped us. And in the meanwhile, during that 3-month duration, we were able to actually visit the market, look for a place for a longer term. And this also gave us a room to actually look for a cheaper place than the one we picked for a fully furnished, because once you go there for the first time, you really don't know how the market looks like. So this approach really helped us. We had the chance to not only look for a more reasonable place, but instead we also were able to book our furniture during that time. We were able to survey the market. We were able to arrange our basic things for kitchen, for basic furniture like bedding, a dining table, lightning system, things like that. So make sure that you know the market before going into a full term lease, because there can be a possibility that you might not like the owner, you might not like the place. So a shorter lease term can actually give you a room to switch to a better option, or change your options. And if you are uncomfortable or if you're unsatisfied with your previous decision. So along with the lease term, you really need to make sure how much security deposit do you need to make. So sometimes they ask you for a 1 month rent, or sometimes they have this fixed amount that you have to deposit. So again, you can check it with your renting partner that how much do you have to pay up front, and then on month basis you can just transfer the rent online, or however you guys decide. Along with that, I want to mention that many good apartment buildings or condo buildings come with amenities such as gym, a common area to work and sit and invite your guests over, a working area where you can come and sit and work from home, things like that. Some also come with a swimming pool. So you can also check with your renting partner to give you a round of the amenities that are available, and also ask them to show you the garbage area where you'll be needing to throw your trash. So I think I have covered almost everything that would be needed, or that you should definitely consider when you're looking for a place. Also make sure you don't fall for the trap. There are certain buildings and certain organizations who have a network of buildings that say that if you're a newcomer that you need to pay at least a 3 months rent up front. So don't fall for that. There were certain buildings who were asking us for that, and they were saying because you're a newcomer, so we don't trust you, you don't have a history, things like that. So we just avoided them, and we opted for a place which were giving us equal treatment, and they did not have any such requirements that we have to pay 6 months rent or 5 months rent upfront. So again, if you can afford to and if you like the place, it's totally up to you, but I personally do not prefer such people and such things, because then they're going to cause you a lot of trouble later on. Another important thing that I missed was how the packages are delivered in a building. So usually there are dedicated letterbox where your mails are being sent. So in Canada, they prefer sending you lots of mails and letters. So make sure you also check this thing that which locker is assigned to you. And then if it's a package delivery, so generally they call you on your buzzer, that is your apartment number or your condo number, and then the delivery guy is going to call you and tell you that you have a package. And then there are cases where they just leave your package on the common posting or the delivery area of the building. So there are cases where different packages are being stolen by different residents. So make sure that before moving into a certain building or a place, you also check their Google reviews, because there are places that are not recommended. So make sure you also check Google reviews of the place that you choose to move in. It's very important to have your official mails delivered to you at your mailing address, because then that acts as your proof of address that is being used by many places. For example, if you're going to request for a ID card, that is if you're going to ask for a license in Canada, then they'll ask you for your proof of residence. And if you show them a letter, let's say from a bank, that is being delivered to you on your mailing address, then that is going to act as a proof of address and a proof of residence for you. So make sure you do opt for these mails to be delivered at your home, because that's going to help you. At least in the initial 3-4 months, you should definitely opt for that option. And once you're done with your documentation, you can always change it to your email and electronic copies. So initially it's going to really help you as your proof of residence and proof of address. Another way of having a proof of residence is to get your name placed on a rent agreement. So usually what happens is that even in Pakistan and anywhere else, I'm sure, the rent agreement is made on one person's name, that is the head of the family. So for example, my rent agreement would generally be made on my husband's name, but in order to save yourself from trouble, so make sure that on rent agreement you place the names of all the people who live in that house. So you, whenever any government official asks you for your proof of address, so on rent agreement, you can say that this is the place that I'm living in, and as you can see my name on the rent agreement, that I'm also living in this house along with my husband and other family members. So that is also one way of getting your proof of address done. So I think I've covered almost everything. Thank you so much for watching the video. Do ask me questions on the comment section. Thank you. Bye bye.